Hello everyone. In this video, we will be diving into the world of C++ variables. Variables are fundamental building blocks in programming. It allows us to store and manipulate data. We'll explore how to create and use variables effectively in C++. Let's begin. Here's a quick code snippet showcasing basic variable declarations and their usage. We declare an integer variable named age and initialize it with the value 25. Next, we declare a double variable named price and assign it the value 19.99. Then, a character variable named grade is declared and initialized with the character a. Lastly, a Boolean variable named isActive is declared and set to true. This demonstrates how to declare variables of different data types and assign them initial values. Now let's explore the different types of variables available in C++. C++ offers a variety of data types to store different kinds of information. These data types can be broadly classified into primitive data types and type modifiers. Let's discuss primitive data types. First is int, which is used to store integer values, such as 42 or -7. Next is float, a single precision floating point, for numbers like 3.14f. The double data type is used for double precision floating point numbers, for example, 3.14159. A char is used to store a single character, such as a or 7. And finally, bool, which is used to store Boolean values, which can be either true or false. Let's now delve into type modifiers. Short is used to reduce the size of a variable, for example, short integer. Long is used to increase the size of a variable, for example, long integer. Signed indicates that a variable can hold both positive and negative values. Unsigned indicates that a variable can only hold positive values. Now let's learn how to declare and initialize variables in C++. There are different ways to declare and initialize variables in C++. First, we can declare a variable without initializing it and assign a value later. For example, we declare an integer variable named count. Then we assign it the value 10. Alternatively, we can declare and initialize a variable in a single line. For example, we declare an integer variable named value and initialize it with the value 25. C++11 introduced uniform initialization syntax, which uses curly braces to initialize variables. For example, we declare an integer variable x and initialize it with the value 5. Similarly, we declare a double variable pi and initialize it with the value 3.14159. It is important to note that uniform initialization using curly braces helps prevent narrowing conversions and is the recommended approach in modern C++. C++ allows the compiler to infer the type of a variable automatically using the auto keyword. This is known as type inference. Consider the following examples. If we assign 42 to a variable using auto, the compiler infers that it is an integer. If we assign 3.14159 to a variable using auto, the compiler deduces it as a double. Similarly, assigning a to a variable using auto makes it a character, and assigning the string C++ results in a const character pointer. And finally, assigning true to a variable using auto makes it a Boolean. Using auto can have several benefits. It avoids type writing errors, adapts to changing return types, simplifies complex type declarations, and is particularly useful with templates and iterators. Constants are variables whose values cannot be changed after they are initialized. C++ provides several ways to define constants. We can use the const keyword to declare a constant variable. For example, const integer max_users equals 100. This declares a constant integer variable named max_users with the value 100. C++11 introduced compile time constants using the constexpr keyword. For example, constexpr pi equals 3.14159. This declares a compile time constant double variable named pi with the value 3.14159. In older C-style code, Macros were used to define constants using the hashtag define preprocessor directive. However, this approach lacks type safety and is generally not recommended. For example, hashtag define timeout 30. When deciding between const and constexpr, const guarantees that the value won't change during runtime, while constexpr guarantees evaluation at compile time. Some best practices to consider are: use const for values that shouldn't change during runtime. Prefer constexpr for compile time constants. Avoid using hashtag define for constants in modern C++ code. Variable scope determines where a variable can be accessed within a program. C++ has different types of scopes, including global scope, function scope, block scope, and class scope. A variable declared outside any function or class has global scope and can be accessed throughout the program. A variable declared inside a function has function scope and can only be accessed within that function. A variable declared inside a block of code, such as a loop or conditional statement, has block scope and can only be accessed within that block. Variables declared as members of a class have class scope and can be accessed by member functions of that class. It's important to minimize the use of global variables, as they can lead to naming conflicts and make code harder to maintain. Type conversion, also known as typecasting, involves converting a variable from one data type to another. C++ supports both implicit and explicit type conversions. Implicit conversion, also known as automatic conversion, occurs when the compiler automatically converts one data type to another. For example, assigning an integer value to a double variable results in implicit conversion from integer to double. Explicit conversion, also known as casting, requires the programmer to explicitly specify the type conversion using casting operators. For example, static underscore cast less than integer greater than pi converts the double variable pi to an integer. In older C-style code, C-style casts were used for explicit type conversions. However, modern C++ provides safer and more explicit casting operators. Modern C++ casting includes static underscore cast for compile time type checking, dynamic underscore cast for polymorphic types, const underscore cast to add or remove const qualifier, reinterpret underscore cast for low-level reinterpreting of bits. It's important to be aware of the risks associated with type conversions, such as narrowing conversions that can lead to data loss. Floating point to integer conversion truncates the decimal part, and signed to unsigned conversion can cause unexpected behavior. Always use explicit casts when potential data loss exists. Let's look at a practical example to see how variables are used in C++ code. The code begins with the include statement for the iostream library. Inside the main function, we declare and initialize a double variable named price with the value 99.99, a double variable named tax rate with the value 0.08, and an integer variable named quantity with the value 3. We then calculate the subtotal by multiplying the price by the quantity, the tax by multiplying the subtotal by the tax rate, and the total by adding the subtotal and tax. Some variable best practices include using descriptive names that explain the purpose of the variable, initializing variables at declaration when possible, keeping variables in the smallest scope needed, using const for values that shouldn't change, choosing appropriate data types for your data, being aware of type conversion implications. In summary, we've covered key concepts such as basic variable declaration and initialization, C++ primitive data types and type modifiers, using auto for type inference, constants with const and constexpr, variable scope and lifetime, and type conversion and casting. Remember to follow best practices such as using descriptive names for variables, initializing variables at declaration, using const for values that shouldn't change, preferring modern C++ casting over C-style casts, keeping variables in the smallest scope needed, and being mindful of type conversion implications. In the next video, we'll explore C++ operators and expressions. We will learn how to perform operations on variables and create complex expressions. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.